Good morning, everyone. It's 5:35. Down there is the parking lot I came from yesterday. And that was a Blue Blaze trail I took to get to 501 shelter. So I think the AT goes this way. That has a Blue Blaze. I'm hoping it's this way. I'll take a few steps and check far out and make sure. There's a lot of little paths and roads and stuff in here, so it's hard to really know. I had a great time. A whole bunch of people were there, the George's crew, and then La Familia and people they were with. It was just a blast. Bill ordered pizza. Sang karaoke. I'm not a singer, but I did participate in some of the songs that had other people singing so that I wouldn't stand out, I guess. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. I think the next shelter is 15 miles, and then there's not one in that 18 or so mile distance, which would be nice. And I didn't look at their campsite, so I'll just kind of get to the shelter and decide from there what the plan is. That shelter had an outhouse, which you can see right there, not a privy. Someone said it has a privy, but there's no caretaker anymore. So the water's turned off, there's no solar shower, there's no privy, no caretaker. Alright, I'm gonna check and make sure I'm on trail just a second. I figured it out, that was also not the AT. So I have to do this part and go back because I didn't do this part. Because I stopped at the parking lot over there. I got distracted by ice cream sandwiches. So yeah. Let me cover this ground and then I'll be good to go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Because I came from over there. I had to repeat some steps. I don't remember what I was saying, but I had a good evening. It was a lot of fun. I had been tempted to hike on to a campsite that was a couple miles from here with water, but I don't know. It was just too much fun. And yeah, I hope I don't regret that later. I do that sometimes, and I mean, it's important to have fun out here on the trail, but I don't want to get to those last days wishing I had done more miles, and I'm scared that's going to happen. This is what the trail has been like so far for like 10 minutes. But what I find interesting was I had to hike or walk for, I don't know, 0.2 or so miles from the shelter to the trail. And it was all perfectly smooth. So what's the difference? Why was it perfectly smooth and this is rocky? Did they do this on purpose? There wasn't water at the shelter yesterday. Like I said, there's no caretaker, so there was no water source. So I'm gonna go get some water on this Blue Blaze trail. All right, half a mile later, it felt like made it back to the trail from getting water. I've hiked, what, 0.3 of the trail so far. The other, I don't know, half an hour has been Blue Blaze trails. Okay, here we go. Well, I've gone about a mile and a half. It has not gotten any better. It's very rocky. I guess it's hard to see in the camera, but it's kind of hard to step on or around these rocks without, I don't know, twisting, and I don't know, it's just hard. I got to the hard part. The little rocks are turning into bigger rocks. This is what Rocksylvania is all about. There's a little bit of a view over there. Fun stuff. Hazy view this morning. The rocks have chilled out a little bit on the trail. It's 10:53. I've gone 10 miles. It's intermittently rocky, but not as rocky as the first 5 miles or so was. Just kind of comes and goes like this. I just stopped to soak my beans in rice so I can have that for lunch. I have some Fritos from Trail Magic yesterday, so I'm gonna make a bean and rice Frito burrito. I think that'll be pretty good. It is supposed to rain this afternoon as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. So I don't really know where I'm going to end up today. And the trail stays like this, it's kind of time consuming. I mean, it's pretty rocky back there. Okay, I'll check in later. Guys, it's almost 1 o'clock. I'm approaching the turnoff for Eagle's Nest Shelter. I think I've hiked about 15 miles for the day. And I have not looked to see if there were any stealth slides or anything after the shelter, but I do believe this is the last water source until town. So, it's supposed to rain or storm this afternoon. I'm gonna check the weather, make sure it's not thunderstorms, I'm okay with the rain, and water sources and stealth campsites and stuff, and use that to determine if I'm gonna just stay here for the night or hike on. Here's the turn off to the shelter. Even if I don't stay, I know it's 0.3 miles off, but either way I still have to get water, so I'm going anyway. So I've hiked, you know, an extra mile today. That's not even 18 miles, but that's okay, I don't feel too bad. Here's Eagle's Nest Shelter. There's my masterpiece. Bean and rice Frito burrito. I'll have 2 of these for lunch. If the bee gets loose, he might come for us.
Oh, I know, I'm just waiting for it to come smack me in the face. I'm surprised he hasn't stung the spider yet. He's trying.
Or maybe he has and we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Maybe he's immune. You can
he's
see
moving so fast. I'm trying to see a stinger, but
look how thick the web is right around where it's attached to the bee's foot.
Look at that spider. He's so fast.
The bee has given up.
Nest.
Whoa!
Or like,
Whoa!
They're fighting.
Look at that. He's got it. You got that. You got a web on. Oh! Oh! Oh no! That's his foot.
So you think this spider's trying to wrap? Hey guys, I'm still at Eagle's Nest Shelter. I did decide to stay here. A lot of people here. Mostly because there wasn't much else to do. There was a tent site about 5 miles away. I would have had to pack water out and I would have made a 20-mile day, which would have left me about 4 miles to get into Hamburg. And as early as I wake up, there wouldn't be anything open in Hamburg to get there early. There's no point. I wanted to go to Cabela's. It has the largest Cabela's. Go to Walmart Resupply and get a water filter from the outfitter. So it would have just been too early. And there's just no point of doing a 20-mile day at that point. Anyway, it's a nice foggy evening. It rained a little bit and it's supposed to rain after 9. So good night, everybody. It's foggy out.